Listen carefully because this message is not about fear, it's about awareness. God did not remove certain people from your life to punish you. He removed them because they were becoming dangerous to your destiny. And the scary part is, some of them looked familiar, some of them sounded loving, some of them even claimed they cared about you. But behind the scenes, they were emotionally invested in your stagnation. Stay with me because before this video ends, you're going to understand why God refuses to let you go backwards. You've been wondering, why did everything fall apart? Why did the connection feel exposed overnight? Why do I feel pulled away even when part of me still misses them? Because God sees what you cannot. There are people attached to your past who only feel comfortable with the version of you that was broken, the wounded you, the insecure you, the struggling you. But the moment God started elevating you, their energy changed. And instead of celebrating your growth, they secretly resented it. In a moment, I'm going to explain why their analogy could actually be the bait and why the story of Lot's wife is more connected to your life than you realize. But first, understand this. Not every reconnection is restoration. Sometimes it's a test. There are people who emotionally survive off of your confusion. As long as you doubt yourself, they feel powerful. As long as you stay emotionally dependent, they feel secure. As long as you remain trapped in old cycles, they never have to confront who they really are. And the moment you start healing, they become uncomfortable. That's why some people disappeared after your growth. That's why communication changed. That's why manipulation increased. You were becoming harder to control. Some of you keep thinking, but what if they've changed? Maybe they've cried. Maybe they apologized. Maybe they suddenly became softer. But discernment goes deeper than emotions because manipulation often returns wearing remorse. And this is where many people lose their progress. They confuse guilt with conviction. They confuse loneliness with love. They confuse familiarity with safety. When God told Lot and his family to leave Sodom, he gave one instruction: do not look back. Not because he wanted control, but because looking back symbolized attachment to destruction. And some of you are emotionally looking back at environments God already rescued you from. You miss people God was protecting you from. You crave conversations that once drained your spirit, and God is saying, if I delivered you once, why are you entertaining the thing that almost destroyed you? And what I'm about to say next may confirm exactly what you've been sensing. Some people don't miss you. They miss access to you, access to your energy, access to your attention, access to your empathy, access to your growth, because your elevation exposes their lack of growth. Be careful of sudden apologies after distance, especially when your life starts improving. Because some people return not because they value you, but because they feel you slipping away. And when control weakens, they suddenly become emotional. But change your behavior is louder than emotional words. Real transformation produces peace. Manipulation produces confusion. Pay attention to what happens to your spirit after interaction with them. Do you feel clarity or exhaustion? Do you feel peace or emotional chaos? God is not the author of confusion. You survived things they hoped would break you. You overcame labels they thought would define you forever. And now that you are rising, they want access again. not because they honor your future, but because they are uncomfortable watching you elevate without them. If this message resonates, comment, I will not look back, because this is your season of discernment, not fear, discernment. You are not called to hate anyone, but you are not called to recognize danger. And sometimes the most spiritual thing you can do is walk away and never return. Before you leave, listen to this carefully. The enemy rarely attacks what has no purpose. Your elevation triggered exposure. God cut ties because your future required separation. And one day, you're going to thank God for every connection He removed. Subscribe because the next message is going to expose the hidden signs of spiritual manipulation most people ignore until it's too late. Shalom.